Hey guys, welcome back to the Paper Umbrella. My name's Jessie, and today we are talking about spring break. And more importantly, we are talking about spring break at Disney World. Now, if any of you have never been during Disney spring break, it's a lot. There's a lot of people down there. It is one of the most crowded times of the year. I do have a couple of clients going down there during spring break, so this video is kind of a shout out to them. Really talking about some strategies and some plans and some tips and some tricks that I have up my sleeve to make things a little bit smoother during your vacation. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. I do have my little notebook again, like I always do. So I've got my notes on here if you see me looking down. The first thing I want to say is that your phone is your friend. If you go to Disney World thinking you can just have your phone for pictures and, never bring it out ever again, you're so wrong. I highly suggest getting the My Disney Experience app before you go down to your trip. The reason being is learn how to use it, learn all the tools, learn all the tips, learn all the tricks, play with it a lot, see what you want out of it. Because it is a huge factor when it comes to being in the moment and kind of being able to say, okay, well, we were thinking about going on this ride, but this ride right beside it only has a 10-minute wait. So let's do that first, and then we can hop in line for the other one, or whatever it is. You can see your wait times on there for different attractions. You can also get your fast passes that way. So fast pass everything you can. So keep checking and keep updating those fast passes. You can also mobile order on the app. And that is something I highly suggest yet again, is to mobile order. You will save so much time just by picking out your food, ordering it ahead of time, and then coming back and getting it later. It will save you so much time, so much of standing in line, waiting to get your food. You're already hungry, you're almost hungry, just mobile order. It'll save lives, it'll save time, it'll save probably even money. So mobile order as much as you can. Another one that I have is know your hours. So know the hours that your park is open for that day. You can find that on your app, handy. But know your hours for that day, know when the park opens, know when it closes. It is super important because you want to get there during spring break at least a minimum of 30 minutes, if not 45 minutes before the park opens. You do have to go through things like security and bag check, and you have to go through the ticket turnstiles and everything else, park and all that kind of good stuff. So plan to show up 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and if you're going to Magic Kingdom, possibly even an hour before you actually, have your first fast pass or you want to get into the park. Another thing is know your extra magic hours. This is important for not only guests who are staying on Disney Resort, but for those who are not. If you're staying on a resort, you get extra magic hours. That is a park that is going to either open an hour early or it's going to stay open an hour late. It's only for resort guests, but those parks usually fill up pretty fast. So if you are a non-resort guest, I would suggest avoiding those parks on that day, because those are going to be the ones that all the people who are staying on resort are going to go to. If they don't have park hopper, they're stuck in that park. Now, that being said, if you are a resort guest, go to those extra magic hours, get that first hour early. It's totally worth it. The crowds aren't near as long. You can really get in a couple of really good rides before every other guest comes in. So it's really handy. Something else to note is that know your hours in the way that know the busiest hours of the parks. So the park is busiest from about lunchtime to about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So if there's a way that you can go in, do your morning fast passes, enjoy the park in the morning, go to your hotel, enjoy the pool, go get something to eat at your resort, go resort hopping, go take a nap. I don't care if somebody in your party is 5 or if they're 25, they're gonna want a nap after being in the hot sun all morning long. So go take a nap, go relax, go spend those hours that you would be spending in line riding, maximum of 2 rides. Go spend that time enjoying yourself and enjoying your vacation. Some of the best memories I have are just sitting around the pool with my parents, with my little sister while she swims during the day, because we were tired and she wanted to swim. So it just wasn't worth it to fight that battle. So we took a nap, we got refreshed, and then hit those parks up in the evening. That way you'll have time to enjoy everything, and the rides will start getting smaller wait times. Your characters will start getting infinitely smaller wait times during the afternoon. So know your hours, know what hours to go to the parks, what hours to avoid at the parks, and all that kind of good stuff. We good? Okay, cool. The next thing is to be realistic about your crowds. You are going during spring break. It is going to be one of the most popular times to go to Disney World. You're going to have crowds. That being said, there are certain things that are open just for those crowded times. My favorite is, if you are in Magic Kingdom, go to Tom Sawyer's Island. It is a little bit off the beaten track, but go to Tom Sawyer's Island, go to Aunt Polly's and have one of those sandwiches. They look so good. I am jealous. I want to try one. There's like a really good like grilled PB&J. There's something with bananas in it. So it's one of those things, and it's only open when it's really crowded. So do it. And there's only certain things. You see that magic that you can't see any other time. So that would be one of my suggestions, is look at the things that are maybe not rides. You know, go see your characters, go watch the Dapper Dans, go do all that kind of fun stuff that you normally can't do. Also prioritize. So one of the things I saw about Disney World when it comes to especially spring break is make your priorities. So make a list 1 through 10 of the top 10 things you want to do that day, and then cut it in half. And that's probably what you're going to get to do. Just be realistic. And like I said, prioritize. If Mickey Mouse is number 1 on your list, make that fast pass for seeing Mickey. Make that the first stop you do in the morning. Make that number 1, and then let everything else fall in place. Don't try to overpack your day. And don't feel bad if you don't get to everything on your list. There's so much to do in all of the parks that it's impossible to do it all in one day, honestly. Unless you're like booking it and doing the Disney Death March, which don't do that. It's not fun for anyone in your party. And it'll make you not want to go. You know who I'm talking to. But just prioritize, make those priorities. Be okay with it if you can't do everything in one day. That's perfectly fine. So those are my top 3 tips, tricks, things that are just going to make your trip that much better during spring break. And this is my bonus one, I guess. And that's stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. It is hot. It is humid. I don't care if you're from the South. It's still hot and humid down there. And you're standing out in it all day. Bring yourself a non-glass water bottle, and what that's going to do is you're going to be able to take it and go get a cup of water, any counter service, quick service, whatever they're called. You can go to one of those, you can ask for a free cup of water, get a couple extra, pour them into a water bottle, and carry that around the parks, because there are tons of really good cool treats and sugary drinks and caffeinated drinks all around the park, and that will dehydrate you even more if you do not keep up with it for water. So just me being a mama bear, drink your water. All right, and that's it for you guys today. Let me know your biggest spring break tip or trick or anything else down in the comments below. As always, if you have any questions about it, let me know. You can let me know in the comments. You can send me an email at thepaperumbrella.travel@gmail.com, or you can go to my website at thepaperumbrella.com. But let me know below, what's your biggest spring break tip, trick, or if you have a question about spring break, leave it below as well. I'll definitely answer it. But yeah, that's it guys for today. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for the Paper Umbrella. Now go out there and make some waves.